And now we should have sound. Okay, now we should have sound on this side as well. Hello, hello. Hello, Linda. Hello, Abby. Hello, Celia. Is it working properly now? Can you see and hear me all right? I have everything ready for a little demo. Everything ready to go. Is the sound okay today, or is it like the other time that it's going in and out, not working properly? Hello, Jane. Hello, Lotta. Hello, Sabina. It's so cool to welcome you all here. Best way to spend a Sunday evening. I almost said a Saturday evening because I'm so used to see you on Saturday, but today it's Sunday because I had to move our life. So, okay, everyone is telling me that it is working great. So I'm gonna dive right in. Lotta has decided to write in Swedish today, or wait, yes, in Swedish. Okay, so hello, my lovely butterflies, and welcome for a new A Layer a Day challenge. It's a new month, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, so we're changing up the theme. The black and white was a very interesting exploration. I loved what I saw. I love the spreads that you created with it. So many interesting things and a very new turn because we've never done that before. And I don't think that we've done the one that we're going to do this month before. I should have checked my the 5 previous years all the challenges that we've already done because we're almost at the end of year 5. So this month, drum roll, we're going to talk about our origins. Yes, I wanted to have a whole build up towards our what we do for Thanksgiving here at the A Layer a Day. You know that I like to go and do something with that. I'm sorry, I hear. Okay, we're gonna play inside the house. The dogs have decided to play inside the house and they're playing like right behind me, but it's okay. We're gonna manage. So, origins. We haven't done that one before, I think, and we're going to start this week off. So, this week is, I have to peek, um, week 43 of the Lyra Day. So, this challenge will run from today, October 30 until November 5th, and we are starting off with ancestors. We're going to have a look at our ancestors, where it is we're coming from, how it is we got here, what is making us us in terms of culture, everything that we were fed as a child. And I don't only mean in terms of food, but you know what I mean, in terms of fed by our ancestors. And it goes not only back to our parents or grandparents, you can go back as far as you want to. You can take this challenge very literal. Of course, you can really talk about your ancestors, but you can also, like I just said, talk about everything it is it gave you to become who it is you are today. So, again, as usual, a challenge that you can pull open and take to so many new directions. And I'm really curious to see where it is you're going to take it. So, ancestors, that is where we're starting with. Like I said, we're going to have a full build up towards Thanksgiving. Even if we're not in the States, I don't know about you, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here in the house, even though I would love for us to celebrate it. Um, I really love that tradition of having that one moment where everyone focuses on gratitude. I really like that. I'm someone who's had a gratitude log for years, so I really love that you can have something like that in your culture where you actually celebrate being grateful. But we're starting at the beginning with our ancestors. There we go. For now, I have a little demo moment for you. So I'm going to flip the camera. Okay. The dogs are all over the place. This is funny. I'm going to flip the camera. There we go. Here it is. I'm going to start with this stencil. If you missed it, I've launched a new couple of thingy things, and this is one of my new stamp sets. Our little European robins. I love them. And when they show up in the winter, it just makes my heart melt. And of course, I had to add like these little hats that would fit on their heads, but also these little thingy things which you can use to turn just about anything and everything into a Christmas decoration. So for the launch, I made this little sample with these. So this is one of the new stencils. I'm not going to show all the new products again. If you want to see that video, it's up on my Facebook page. It's up on the Paperartsy People Facebook group, so you can watch that there. But this is a sample that I made for the blog post for Paperartsy, and then I've added these little cuties. So this is a bookmark, and then these will hang on the outside, and then they cling-a-ling so nicely. I don't know if you can hear it. I really love that. But like I said, you can, with these, you can turn anything and everything into a Christmas decoration. And remember this stamp of mine, which is the Taihitu symbol? Haha, I've added that little thingy thing at the top. And now I have a little Taihitu Christmas decoration to hang wherever it is I want to hang it. And I still have this little birdie bird on my table, but I wanted to show you how to make these, because I think they're pretty cute, and not everyone has played yet with something like this. Now, this is a brand, I don't even know when I bought it. It's from Make Me, but it's basically shrink plastic. Over here in Europe, it might also be known as crazy plastic. At least that is how it's called in French, du plastique fou. But the original English name is shrink plastic. So I'm gonna grab one of these. If I can, if it wants to come out. There we go. Oh, those are several, because that is way too thick and sturdy to be just one. Okay, I'm gonna need my glasses. This is not going to work without glasses. There we go. That is one sheet, and that is all we need. It also exists in color, but you can add color to this very easily just using Neocolors 2. Thank you, Ingrid, for that tip. Or you can use alcohol markers. I have to catch up with the chat. There's so much being posted, so looking forward to getting those stamps in my hands. Yes. Yes. Oh, this reminds me, I forgot to draw the name for the A Layer a Day one-on-one giveaway for this month. I still have to do that. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. But first, I'm gonna stamp on this. Dinner is ready. Okay, Sabina, bon appetit, as we say. We need to stamp with Stays on this. Now, my black is utterly dry, so there's no more stamping with that one, but who cares? You can do it with a dark brown, and when it shrinks, it just pulls together and then it becomes darker just as well. And I'm going to use this one or this one, this one or this one. Well, I have this one in my hands. I'm going to do it with this one. There we go. And first, I'm just going to stamp this one on the shrink plastic. And I should have prepped like a white sheet to put underneath, because I don't know if you can see it clearly. Yes, I'm inking it up really, really nicely, because I really need a crisp image. And here we go. Just stamping this one over here. Making sure that I have the entire image. Yes. Look at him being all cute. Now I'm gonna put this one back in place, and now I'm gonna stamp. Should I use a little hat or the little Christmas decoration? Please vote in the comments, and I will use whatever it is you want me to use. Now, in order to do that, I need this thing. which is a positioner, so that I can see exactly where it is I can stamp it. And as you can see, I've already done it a couple of times, and I don't clean it off each and every time. I'll clean it off when I need to clean it off. So this will go like this. Okay, I have a hanger and I have a head. I need another vote, just so I can know what to use. I need a third vote so that it is. Okay, the hanger it is. It's 2-1. So I'm going to put this one over here so that I can stamp it neatly here in the corner, and then I can put the positioner in place. So first I need to stamp it on here. Whoop-a. So if you don't have one of these stamp positioner, of course it makes it much harder to combine those stamps, because you need to see where it is you're stamping what. And again, I think I have a tutorial about the stamp positioner on my main YouTube channel. There we go. Now I need this one to be dry. It's thunder time. Because if I touch it now, it's going to start moving all over the place, and we don't want that. Are you dry? Not enough. And of course I cannot heat set it, because it's the heat that's going to make the plastic shrink. So if I start heating this, well, I'm not going to have a bird. I'm going to have a sheet that is going to shrink. That is not what we want. Now, that is why we use stays on, because it's supposed to dry pretty fast. And of course, now it isn't. So I place this one where I want to have it, which is right on his head. It's going to look like a little crown. So you can even use it as a little crown, actually. Now I'm placing this one back in place. And before I do anything else, I'm going to re-ink my stamp. Go. I don't need this anymore. And this is the hard part, because I need to take this away without moving anything. And as it is shrink plastic, it's pretty slippery. And now I can give him his little hanger on top of his head. Yay! Now, if you fail, if it's not a good match, you just wipe it off and you start all over again. Just take stays on remover and you can stamp the whole thing again. You can redo this as many times as you want. Like so. Now I need this to be dry again because of course I need to trim it. Now, because this is a demo, I'm not going to trim it like in full detail. I'm going to do something that is a little bit faster and just follow the shape like ish. So to do the ones that I did for my book hanger, you really have to cut like closely, follow the lines, which I'm not going to do now. Yeah, that's probably a not so pleasant sound for you. Sorry about that. And I don't know if you can hear it, but that is one of the dogs walking into the studio again. They're having a ball. Yes, that is one puppy that was put back in his place, because that is part of the game. So normally I would take more time to cut this, be a little bit more precise. But what you absolutely need to do before you even start melting this is to cut out the hole. Because if you don't do it before you start melting it, well, you cannot do it anymore. So I just have these puncher thingy things, which will give me a perfect little circle opening inside the hanger. I don't know if camera is picking it up. Now, I could start colorizing this. Again, this would take a lot of time because it's a pretty large image. In order to do that, you need to work on the other side. If you work on the side of the ink is going to start moving around. So you just flip the image over like so. And then, as I said, you can use either alcohol markers or you can use neo colors. I'm just going to give him a bit of an orangey belly, just so that you see that it can be done. Again, this is not a very nice sound because my marker is peeping on the little bird. Just something like this, just so that you can see that it can be done. And now comes the fun part, because now I'm just gonna grab my heat gun and I'm gonna melt this. Before I do that, I prepare a little block and I take this sheet out of the way. You don't want this anywhere near the heat source because it's gonna melt with the rest. I need a picky tool so that I can control this thing, and I need a block. Well, actually, I need 2 blocks because I don't like to melt this directly on the table, so I'm gonna put this on a block, and I'm gonna take the other block that I used to stamp with. I have it ready to press it down. And yes, the puppy is getting along just fine. He arrived today. He's a little treasure, super cute, and he's getting along with the big dogs. But of course, he's a puppy, so every once in a while, the big ones have to explain to him that this is not how we behave. Let's see if I can bring you closer, and I need to go to the other side to do that. Oh, it's already pretty close, actually. Let's not move that. And as you can see, it's starting to melt. So first of all, it's gonna go like in all directions. Don't worry about that. Just keep heating it. Just keep on going. And this is why you have your tooly tool, is so that you can help it to get in the right position. You can do this in the oven as well, but I don't see why I would do that, as I just have a heat gun and I can just heat it up and then flatten it down. There we go. Now I just pop it off here because of course it's going to stick a little bit. And the marker stayed a little bit on the stamping block, but that's okay. And there you go. You have one of the little birdies. And if you don't like the alcohol ink, well, you just take, again, StazOn remover and wipe it off, and you can start all over again. Why is it looking so small when I look here and it's looking so big when I look here? I hope it's big enough on your screen. Is it big enough on your screen, or do I need to bring you in closer? So I did this one in the exact same way. I did this one in the exact same way. And I did these in the exact same way. Now this one I colorized with Neo colors, this little guy. And as you can see, the color is way flashier. Okay, you were asking me to zoom in, so let me flip here on my screen so that I can bring you in without shaking the camera too much. There we go. Here you go. As you can see, these colors are way more vibrant. The problem is, so these are done with Neo colors. The problem is that when you flatten them down using the block on the back side, well, some of that color might stick to your block as well, but it shows much harder than with the alcohol markers. So this is the back side, and this is his front side. So there we go. Now we have a whole little collection of these little birdies. And here's another one. Like I said, this one I did with my Tahitu stamp. I used the hanger thingy thing to turn it into a Christmas decoration. And it works just fine as long as you have a positioner, which is this thing, to help you position your stamp so that you can stamp it in the right place. Well, then you can do these over and over and over again. And yes, they're super cute to have on the outside of the book. I really like it when I take my book and they go clink cling against one another. That really makes me happy. And that is how simple this is. It's really nothing super complicated, nothing fancy, super easy. Yes, they're pretty small because, well, I started with that size of a stamp, so it gets reduced. If you work with a bigger stamp, you will end up with um, a bigger size, of course. That's a great size to attach to a journal or something, or a zipper pull. Exactly. And don't they look like super cute? I mean, look at them. Just look at them. Okay, I need to flip back to the other camera. So that was the little demo that I had for you today. Just a shrink plastic. Here is my face again. And I don't know why I flipped camera, because you actually need to still see my table, as I need to do a little name draw. So why did I flip camera? Let's just go back. Here are the names for this month. And now, of course, I need to zoom out again because this is not going to work. There we go. All the names are here. A lot of interesting. Why do you have paint on your? Oh, Brenda has paint on her. There we go. Mixing, mixing, mixing. So this is the A Layer a Day giveaway. So the person's name that comes out wins a half an hour one-on-one with me, where we can talk about anything and everything. It can be technique, it can be art journaling background, it can be learning how to read your spreads, and so on and so on, whatever it is you want it to be. Now I see that those are, again, they really like to snug into one another. And I want all the little papers to be separated. Okay, I'm looking at the camera. As you can see, I'm not looking at my hands, and I'm picking a name, and I'm picking this one. Brenda, you are the winner of the one-on-one giveaway, the A Layer a Day one-on-one giveaway for this month. Please get in touch through the chat on the forum or on the app or wherever it is you are using the A Layer a Day conversational options. Whew, that's it. So, Brenda, congratulations to you. Putting all the names back. Et voilà. So, this week we are looking back at our origins. We are starting with our ancestors. Have a look back in time, see where it is you came from, who it is that gave you all it is you have today in terms of culture, knowledge, the ways of being that you have, etc., etc., or just have a look at the actual people. If you feel like making a, how do you call that? Stumble. The tree where you have all the ancestors on. How do you call that? Please help me out. You need to tell me in the comments. If you feel like making one of those with the pictures of your ancestors, that could be super cool just as well. A family tree. Thank you, Celia. Celia was the fastest. Thank you so, so much, everyone. If you are one of my members, we are hanging out tomorrow. I had to think here. We are hanging out tomorrow evening. Same time as usual. Don't forget that we changed time if you're not in Europe. Thank you so much for being here with me. Don't forget to put down a layer a day in a mindful way. Butterfly kisses.